99.9%.
You are the father.
What's up, y'all? What is up? It's your girl EJ, and welcome to the finale recap of Zatima. We're going to be talking about season 1, episode 10. Let's get into it, y'all. Okay, y'all, so this episode is going to start right where the last one left off, and that's with your boy Bryce going in for the lip lock with your boy Zach, and he's going to reject that thing. He just going to say, get that out of here, and he gonna punch your boy Bryce, and next thing you know, Bryce is on the ground. Angela and Fatima are walking up. They're trying to figure out what's going on, and of course your boy Bryce, he got this download thing on lock because he was like, look, it's nothing, Zach was just showing me one of his boxing moves, and then he reaches his hand out like, help me up, man, like it was all a joke. And I'm just like, bruh, you really just got your ass knocked out, but okay. We gonna see how this gonna play out. So anyway, he and Angela embrace. He's all happy to see her or whatnot. And they go into the office, and then Fatima's like, look, what happened? And of course, Zach is gonna tell her what went down and how old boy tried to kiss him. And he's like, he grazed my lip. And she was like, did you have to hit him? Yeah, I did have to hit him. That's what I'm thinking. But, Zach is just like, it was a reflex. So anyway, y'all, they kind of have playful banter back and forth. Well, Zach is not playing, but Fatima definitely finds it extremely hilarious. And they go back and forth about the whole thing. And she's just like, shoot, I thought I had to worry about Deja, but look like I'm going to have to worry about Bryce. And then Zach kind of makes the joke, or I guess you could say the joke, I just wish I wasn't so darn irresistible, you know what I'm saying? And then of course Angela and Bryce are gonna come out of the office, and they're gonna want to go out to dinner, and Zach is just like, nope. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna be like, oh, I got the bubble guts, and he's just acting like his stomach is hurting and all this stuff. And then when Bryce tries to dap him up, he's just like, like he don't want to touch him. The funny part about this whole thing is that Bryce is just acting like nothing just happened. Like, you really think it's a good time to go dap up somebody who you just tried to kiss, who just laid you out on the ground? I mean, I get that you trying to hide your whole situation, but still, like, bruh, come on now. Anyway, y'all, they're going to make it to the house and run into more drama. You know what I'm saying? And I guess Fatima kind of got a point. She say Zach always find himself into some BS. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as he get home, your girl Lori is going to be out there waiting. She's out there with a bat, you know what I'm saying, trying to find Nate. Good old Nate, his friend Nate. But my whole point with this is, y'all go with me here for a second, because I didn't understand why she jumped to the conclusion that he was there with Fatima. Why did she think that he was there with a girl when Zach lives there and he and Zach are best friends? Why couldn't he just be at Zach's house? Now, I realize that Zach is just pulling up, but so is Fatima. So why did you think that it was Fatima and not Zach? Like, that didn't make any sense to me. I'm just saying, if it didn't make any sense to you, let me know down in the comments, because your girl was a little bit confused why she jumped to conclusions and thought it was Fatima, and then started calling Fatima all sorts of bees, and then Fatima calling her bees, and they going back and forth, and Zach jumping up and down trying to stop it. And they got Zach out here sweating, got his neighbors hollering over, talking about, do I need to call the police? And he like, no, you know what I'm saying? But it was just a whole crazy scene. I just was like, at the end of the day, why we jumping to conclusions that it's Fatima? They literally both just pulled up. Okay. So anyway, y'all, Zach finally gets them both calmed down, and they go into the house because she wants to go into the house and see, And I'm just like, okay. So she goes into the house, and why old girl look in the cabinet? For the life of me, I don't know. I'm like, girl, he not in the cabinet. But anyway, she asks, can she go upstairs? So they let her go upstairs, and then Zach is trying to explain to Fatima, like, look, this Nate wife, this Lori. And then, that further doesn't win Nate any more brownie points, because Fatima already ain't feeling him. But this just escalates it. So then Lori comes back down, and she's like, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, she apologizing. And Fatima is like, okay, because, this could have went pretty bad for you. And then it further escalates again because, Fatima just couldn't let that one go. And I don't blame her. You know what I'm saying? Because old girl did come at her pretty hard. I'm just like, Lori, come on now. You not making no sense to me right now. So anyway, y'all, Zach is gonna ask her if she needs anything, and he's gonna go get some. She says she wants some water, and so Fatima's like, "You go open the door so she can get some fresh air, and I'll grab the water." So when Zach goes over to open up the door to get some fresh air, he's gonna see his boy Nate outside with Deja old thotty self. That's what we gonna say. Boy, I was about to say some words I wasn't supposed to say, but that's what he gonna see. And so of course Zach is gonna go into friend mode and trying to keep everything down. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want to escalate the situation, is really what it all boils down to. Like he said, he just moved into this neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? So he's trying to de-escalate this because it could have gotten way worse than what it got. So Fatima is going to be like, what is wrong with you? So she's going to go try to open the door for the air, and then she's going to see it, and he's just trying to get her not to say anything. And you can tell that Fatima is fighting it because she want to say something so bad, but Zach is really, really trying hard for her to just like, don't do it. So he finally coaxes Lori out of the house so Lori can leave. And while he's doing that, of course, your girl Fatima done went outside, y'all, and the best part ever happened. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I was waiting on this part because I've been wanting somebody to get their ass whooped since episode 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, when is it gonna happen? Since Belinda violated that whole situation at the dinner table, I was just like, look, somebody need their ass whooped, and at first, I really wanted it to be Belinda, still wanted to be Belinda, but I'll take Deja, you know what I mean? So anyway, she comes down the stairs, and I'm like, do y'all not hear her coming down these stairs? Because she had on heels, and all I heard was clink, 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 and they acting like they so into each other that they couldn't even hear her coming down the stairs. So she come down the stairs, and she goes and she grabs Deja by the doggone hair and pull her out that hot tub. Lord have mercy. Deja got some abs though, y'all. I will say that. I was like, girl, you got some abs, Anyway, y'all. So she does a like, I'm like, get her, Fatima, get her, like, because I've been waiting for this fight for a long time, y'all. So anyway, Nate is over here hollering, you know what I'm saying, and Deja ass done ran. I'm like, oh no, Deja, don't run now, girl, come on. Like let's see a real fight. But nah, Deja took her ass home because she didn't want that smoke with Fatima. So anyway, Nate is sitting up here, actually going back and forth with Fatima, like, bruh, do you really want to have this argument right now in her house? And then she flashes that ring, and he's like, oh, he proposed, that's just an engagement ring. I'm like, bruh, you are further violating. You are doing way too much. Like, this ain't gonna end well for you. And he say something and she just slap him. And I'm just like, should have kept your mouth shut. So anyway, by this time, Zach finally makes it out the door, and he tries to defuse the situation, and he just tell his friend, like, look, like, you doing too much, like, and because he even, goes as far as to say that Zach said that this was okay, when he know goodness damn well Zach didn't say this was okay. So now you gonna try to get him in trouble with his girl by lying? Come on, bro. Like, you doing too much. That's not even cool. That's not even what friends do. And so anyway, Fatima goes back in, and you should have known that when Fatima went back in and the way that Nate was coming at her, that she was going to do something, and she did. She went and got Lori before Lori could get into the car and was like, nah, girl, come on back in. Let me take, it took her around the house, and then she saw his car, and then I was like, oh man, come on now. This is what we doing? Come on, Fatima. You didn't have to do him like that. You didn't have to do it like that. But it was necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a little indifferent about that because Zach did ask her not to do it. But, Fatima was like, forget this. I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm just like, either way, I don't like a cheater. And it is what it is. So, whatever. I was here for it. So anyway, they go around the back. And then, Zach and Nate, of course, are having a little tiff. And he's like, I'm trying to help you. And for the life of me, I'm like, why you just don't tell him that his wife out there? Like, you keep telling him you trying to help him. Tell this fool that, bruh, you got real problems. Your wife is out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a problem. But anyway, I guess it was too much going on for him to actually tell him that. And so Fatima walks in and she kind of low-key sets him up, you know what I'm saying? Because she starts the argument back up and she says very clearly about what happened in that hot tub. And then, you know, of course he reacts and then he says something about how he got it. He got his wife, yada, yada, yada. And he can handle his wife or something. And I'm like, bruh, she got a bat. I'm going to need you to calm down. And then when he walked out that gate, lo and behold, him and his nose hit that doggone bat and all that blood started coming out his nose. I'm like, damn. So anyway, y'all, he runs after her. But the funniest part about it is because, you know, he fell on the ground and all that mud got on the back of his pants. And I'm just like, bruh, I don't know how you gonna get out of this one right here, like at all. So at that point, Fatima and Zach are back in the house and, you know, they're sitting there and Zach is just baffled because all the shenanigans that's going on. And he's just like, you shouldn't have done that. And she was just like, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, on this particular situation, I get where both of them are coming from. She didn't like what was happening. And plus, Nate was being a total asshole, a total jerk. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't even going to lie. He deserved all of what he got. But I did get where Zach was coming from. You know, he did ask her not to do anything, not to say anything. And he basically wanted them to handle their own stuff. He didn't want their stuff at his house. He wanted that to be away. You know, so I get where they were both coming from. I don't feel like it was a situation where Zach was trying to hide something for his boy. I think he just didn't want the drama. He has a lot of drama already and he just didn't need the extra drama. That's kind of how I took it. However, like I said, I see both sides and I ain't gonna lie, I probably would have did exactly what Fatima did, just keeping it real. So anyway, y'all, they kind of, you know, come to an agree to disagree because Zach does bring up a really good point, you know, when they're talking and he's like, how is this any different than what happened earlier with Bryce and Angela? And he was like, because I wish you had had that same energy. You know, and if we go back to that moment when, you know, she knows that Bryce tried to kiss Zach, which means that Bryce tried to cheat on Angela. You know, they are together. They are a couple. And he tried to show another person a form of affection that you're supposed to show your partner, not multiple people. You know what I'm saying? So it's technically, if it had been reciprocated, he would have cheated. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. So it's the same exact thing. So I get where Zach is coming from. And when he asked Fatima, she kind of is like silent and it's just like, you know, she really doesn't say anything because I guess when you think about it, I mean, he kind of got a point, but I guess in her mind, maybe she's, you know, not wanting her friend to be hurt like that at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's her friend and she don't want to bring it up right then. Like, I get it, you know, but so I get where both of them are coming from. And I think this is just one of those things where, you know, you're going to be on this side of the fence about it or you're going to be on this side of the fence about it. So it is what it is. But anyway, y'all, they get it together and Fatima's like, I need you to clean out my hot tub. So she's going to go do whatever she does and Zach is going to go and clean out the hot tub. Angela is going to end up calling her and is like, look, you know, like what happened? Like what, you know, she's like, Bryce been acting different. I'm like, girl, why you always calling Fatima every time Bryce is being quiet? Bryce's ass is probably quiet a lot because Bryce is on the down low and this ain't the first time that Bryce done probably pulled some stuff like this. So, but they haven't been together a long time. We do have to remember that, you know, they are a fairly new couple. They're just moving really fast in their relationship. I forgot about that part of it. So anyway, y'all, she calls her and Fatima, you know, don't want to say anything, but Angela just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And you know how it is when somebody keep asking you something, especially if it's your friend. And finally, you know, she says a little bit, but she doesn't say, you know, exactly what happened. And she's just like, look, you need to talk to him. And Angela's like, you know, she wants to come over, you know, like she's like, I can't confront him on this, you know, by myself. You know, she wants them all to, you know, be in. I'm just like, girl, this going to be awkward as hell. You going to bring Bryce over to Zach's, you know what I'm saying? The guy that he just tried to kiss. And you're going to find out officially that your man is bisexual. this gonna be an interesting dinner, and I'm here for it. I'm just saying, I am here for the drama, y'all. So anyway, Fatima's like, look, I got to talk to Zach about this. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how their conversation ends on that note. Meanwhile, in the backyard, your boy Tony has popped up, and Tony is just like, what happened, and then Zach has a lot of points that he's making with his friend. He's like, look, I am not that same person. I am trying to be somebody different, but you keep making excuses for Nate, because, he goes on to say, like, this is how he been since we've known him. And he's like, that's the problem. That is the problem. Like, y'all need to grow up. And he's very much right. Like, if that's how you acted when you were younger, then where is the growth? Like, Nate, you violated his home. You know what I'm saying? He's in a relationship. You got somebody in his hot tub. You're screwing that person in his hot tub. Like, those are all types of violations, and it's not cool at all. And your boy Tony, even though he's trying to be this neutral person, he's just kind of laughing it off like it's no big deal, but it is a big deal. You know what I'm saying? And so Zach, had to speak up for himself. And then Tony is like, I understand. He's like, let me make this right. Let me help, clean the hot tub out. So he tries to help clean the hot tub out. Meanwhile, Fatima is coming out, and, she's giving Zach a beer, and she's like, hey, do you want a beer? And he was about to, but then he thought about it, and he was like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. So that's kind of where that ends. And then Fatima talks to Zach, and she's like, hey, Angela wants to come over. And he's kind of like, like that ain't no big deal, right? But then she hits him with Bryce, and he's like, he is not trying to hear that. And Fatima just basically talks to him and lets him know, like, hey, you like Bryce. He's a good source for you. You guys are going to be good in business together. So, you guys need to talk. You need to figure out what this was, what happened. Like, the air needs to be cleared on this. And she completely has a point with it. At the end of the day, Bryce is good for Zach as far as, a business partner, as far as everything that he has helped him with. You know what I'm saying? And him liking Zach just kind of threw a little monkey wrench into things. But there does need to be some clear air somewhere. Like, we really need to set some hard boundaries. Even though in my mind, I'm like, he told you like several times that he wasn't into guys. I don't see why you didn't listen. But maybe there just needs to be a whole nother conversation, like a conversation that says, hey, we're going to be business partners, but I don't like you like that. Please don't invade my space like that anymore. Like, maybe there just needs to be a different type of conversation that happens, because Bryce felt like Bryce was reading all the signals wrong. Like, it was like this thing where, how people be saying no means yes. Well, hell no, no don't mean yes. Like, I get that, sometimes in certain situations, maybe people say no, but they're really saying yes with their eyes. I get all of that. But in this situation, that was not the case, and that is not what was happening. Zach gave him a hard no. He said that he wasn't bisexual. He said leave it at the door. He said, that he likes, that from the other episode, when he was like Zach and P. And I just felt like Bryce should have just left it there. But at this point, they do need to talk, and they do need to figure it out. So anyway, Zach finally agrees to, have a conversation and that they can come over. So your girl Fatima is going to go and call Angela. But when she does, she's going to get a phone call from Kelly, who is the person at her job that was getting the test done for her. And she's going to let her know that the test results are in and that she emailed them to her. So y'all all know that we've been waiting on these doggone test results, because we need to know if Heather the stripper, you know what I'm saying, if Zach is the baby daddy, and that's what we've been waiting for this entire season, from the moment that, Heather with the green hair showed up. So she gets the results back, and they go outside, and, they're kind of playfully bantering with each other. And he's like, open this up, because after this is over with and it shows that I'm not the baby daddy, you know what I'm saying, you got to leave me alone about this. So she opens up the results, but her face don't say you ain't the baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no yes. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't none of that. It was like, I wish I could say that you was right, but you not. 99.9%, you are the father. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was definitely a Maury moment for Zach. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how that episode left off, with your boy Zach finding out that he is the baby daddy to green-haired Heather the stripper's baby, y'all. So I guess we shall see how this is all going to play out. Okay, y'all. So that's what's up with the finale recap of Zatima season 1, episode 10. Let me know what y'all thought about this entire episode. Let me know how y'all think this is going to play out with Zach being the father of Heather's baby, because we know that she is going to be coming for his pockets now that Zach got a little bit of money. Especially, look how long she waited to pop up. I mean, it's just going to be interesting dynamics to see how this is going to work. And let me know what y'all think about your boy Bryce. Was he in violation of what he did, or was he just acting off of some feelings, or was he confused about what was going on when he kept saying, do you like me, I like you? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about that whole situation. Go ahead and get the conversation started down below. Until next time, guys, peace.